Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Girivardhari Jasadanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parividakacharya Astatarasata Sisi Mata His Divine Grace Sisi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Radha Shama Sundara Ki Gaur Premanandi. Starting a little early this morning because we have a busy day. We'll be visiting 3 places. First, Bet Dwaraka, or the island of Dwaraka. Have to go by boat to get to it because it's an island. And next we'll go to Nrga temple, a temple of Lord Shiva. Very important in Dwarkadam. And finally we'll go to a very mysterious, amongst the mysterious Leela of Krishna, as described in Skanda Purana, Gopi Talav. Very mysterious. So, this morning we'll just discuss briefly about Bet Dwaraka, and then we'll more extensively prepare us for this mysterious place, Gopi Talav. Two places in particular we'll take note of when we go to Bet Dwaraka. One of them is particularly well known or famous in the area. It's Shankodhara Tirtha. Shanka means conch, like Krishna or Vishnu has 4 symbols of Vishnu in his hands. One of them is the conch, Shankha, and the lotus, Padma, and the Sudarshan disc is Chakra, and his Gada, his club. So Shankha is a conch shell, and Shankodhara Tirtha has a particular pastime narrated in Skanda Purana as follows. A great devotee of Krishna and a sage named Trita wanted, because he was a devotee of Krishna, he wanted to go to Dwaraka. So he went to Dwaraka. And while he was in Dwaraka, he saw a particularly attractive lake. So by the side of this attractive lake, he did his activities of devotion and austerities and so forth, looking conch shell. Misfortune came to the assistant of Trita. His name was Kakshivan, and he started desiring to possess his spiritual master's conch shell. So he stole it. And Trita understood what happened without even asking, and he became very angry at his disciple who stole his wonderful conch shell and cursed him. Stealing the property of a Brahmana, your spiritual master, I curse you, you become a conch shell. And he instantly became a conch shell. And Kakshivan, in the body of a conch shell, said to his spiritual master, please, please forgive me, please relieve me of this curse. Trita softened but said, the words of a Brahmana can never be ineffective, it must happen, but your repentance can be carried into your acts of devotion. Simply engage in calling of Krishna's name and being fully at the mercy of Krishna, and you'll be relieved of the effects of the curse that way. So the conch shell was placed or thrown or entered into that lake, and for a long time, 100 years, the conch shell, Kakshivan, rested in the bottom of the lake, calling Krishna's name fervently, 100 years. Krishna is very kind upon his devotee. He understood the plight of Kakshivan, the mistake he made, but his repentance at his mistake. And Krishna came, very similar to the King Nrga story. That's also found in Skanda Purana, as is found in the Bhagavatam. Krishna extended his arm into the lake, touched the body of the conch, and immediately lifted the conch, which was said to be as big as an elephant, and instead of an elephant size, it became a regular human size, and Kakshivan assumed the body of a demigod. Relieved of the curse of stealing the property of a Brahmana, he stood before Krishna and offered long, long prayers, found in Skanda Purana. And Krishna was very pleased with his mood of devotion and said, I've accepted your prayers, and you will not have to go to a demigod abode, but you'll go directly back to my abode. Krishna summoned a Vaikuntha Vimana that descended. This demigod form, personality, got on the Vaikuntha Vimana. The Vaikuntha Vimana ascended to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, in a blaze of light. That place is found at Bet Dwaraka, or the island of Dwaraka, and it's one of the places that we'll see when we go to Bet Dwaraka. And there's another place that's particularly famous. It's a temple of Hanuman. And in that temple of Hanuman, it's the only temple known of the temple of Hanuman where the son of Hanuman, Makaradhwaj, are there, and in the deity of Hanuman in Makaradhwaj at this Hanuman Dandi temple in Bet Dwaraka. So in addition to these two, Bet Dwaraka has 23 Shiva temples and 20 Vaishnava temples. The Shiva temples outnumber the Vaishnava temples in Bet Dwaraka. This is something to do with going back to the very first day of our yatra. Where things are here in Dwaraka is based upon what's in Skanda Purana. You know, the Brahmanas gave guidance to society based upon the Vedas, and amongst the Vedas that speak extensively about Dwaraka, of course Bhagavatam does also, but details and details of where and what and so forth is in Skanda Purana. And so, because it's Skanda Purana, Skanda being the one of the two sons of Lord Shiva, there's a strong prominence of Shiva worship, very similar to, as we discussed the first day, in Puri. Puri from Skanda Purana is elaborately discussed as Purushottama Kshetra Puri. Now the presiding deity is Lord Jagannath, or prior Nila Madhava, Krishna, Vishnu, form of the Lord. This is Skanda Purana, and so there's many Shiva temples that have this and that and the other importance. And so similarly here. That's why we'll see Shaivites carry pilgrims or sadhus. As Vaishnavas, we don't have a problem with that. We're not in a rivalry against anyone. We understand, rather, the position of Lord Shiva. And the reason we understand the position of Lord Shiva is because of the Bhagavad Purana and the Vaishnava tradition. There's great regard and respect for Lord Shiva. Whether others have that same understanding or not, that's our understanding. Skanda Purana goes on to describe more about Dwaraka. I'll just touch on it a little bit and then we'll go to the next topic. Something that the Bhagavatam and Skanda Purana agree on is when Vishvakarma first built Dwaraka, there was a circumference of 12 yojanas, one yojana equaling 8 miles, so the circumference was 96 miles in the sea. That's a big 96 miles radius. Skanda Purana says, in addition to that, it calls it the original fortress of Krishna. There were other expanded areas of Dwaraka city that extended 400 miles in diameter, which means in radius it's over 2,000, and apparently it wasn't even circular, so it was 3,000 something miles circumference. Big. It, according to the devotee that's assisting in getting the information straight. It extends beyond Ahmedabad. Dwaraka was a big city, ruled by the Yadu dynasty. So 400 miles, 800 miles, and fortresses to protect. So Dwaraka, the city of Dwaras, or gates, big city.